Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Otsego Council meeting. Tonight is Monday, September 8th. Audra, can you have the record show that our city attorney is present, our city planner is absent, our city engineer is present, along with all council members and the city administrator. At this time, I'll ask you all to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our first item of business this evening is the open forum. This is the portion of the meeting that you can come to the podium, state your name and address, and limit comments to 5 minutes or less. Would anyone like to speak? Yes.
My name is Stuart Turnquist. Was it my address that you needed as well?
Yes, please.
11020 85th Street Northeast. Madam Mayor, council members. Last time I was here, I'm back again. And last time I'd like to again thank Dan Lick for assuring me that the bread and also the farm store both are still active under the fact that I have a farm, even though the commercial status disappeared for some reason. I'm still able to go forward. Thank him and everyone for that. The reason that I'm here tonight, though, is that I'm concerned about the access. With access, as I understand what Ron Wagner was saying, is that the solution to the access is this idea of a duck-in, which is if you're coming from, say, California from the west, or you're coming from the I-94 from the south, in order to get into that farm, you've got to be in the westbound lane. And westbound lane is where it gets messy, because if you're trying now, you could be wiped out because of the aggressiveness of the drivers moving in and trying to get in the same lane I'm trying to get in to turn left, to get into the lane to turn left also, actually, onto 19. So that the idea with the new design is, as I understood it from Ron, was that you come in and you go in the roundabout, and then when you get to exiting the roundabout, you'll see a duck-in lane there, where you duck into it and you wait gap in the incoming traffic. And then seeing that opportunity, then is when you sprint across to my home driveway to get in. I thought at the time that it really sounded to me like it was just had low probability for success. That it really is, for someone new guest arriving for the first time, it's bewildering. It's kind of illogical to put yourself in that kind of a position. And if you take a look and think about the B&B, if it's 8 double rooms, that's going to be 16 people that are coming and going. If you're looking at the farm store, that's going to be a daily, perhaps let's say it's 10. And if you're looking at weekends, it's probably 30. Because what you're looking at, because of the new concept of the farm, that's why I chose this location, this 8 acres, and the identity there being commercial, was that I could go forward with all of this. And the the problem with the roundabout is that I can't get into it. But of all the alternatives, and this is where I brought these to hand out to each of you. Of what
Yeah.
is happening on that 39. And as you see, and I've just highlighted, because this is dated from 2019. I've been waiting a long time to get resolve on that intersection because it is such a dangerous one that I had to vacate the 1918 farm. And so it's been vacated, waiting for this solution. And it's supposed to be the solution that is roundabout. And I love the idea of a roundabout. But it turned out that after they would take most of my front yard from that 1918 home, they wouldn't actually get into the roundabout. That's where it ends up. If you study roundabouts, why, anybody trying to get in has to go all the way back. If you're coming from the west or from the south, you have to go all the way back to wherever you can get into a lane, a turnaround that you go into westbound 39 to get in. But even that's kind of destroyed now. So as I looked at all of it, it seems to me look at it in more depth, because that whole idea of interspecies city is that I'm looking globally. I'm thinking that this idea, which that is a shared experience of all life forms, is a significant concept, and we're better to realize it than on a farm. And when you look at that farm, because it's borders on the Mississippi River to the north and to the big woods on the south, you look at the whole lay of it, it is physically perfect. And if you're talking about this idea of the celebration of all life forms, you're really having a mouthful to take on. But I think that this landscape, this farm idea, all of it makes it possible to do this. This is why I think it needs more discussion, because I feared as we left last time that the description of that duck in and turning into it was significant enough to make that the sure thing in. And I think that make a big mistake, because if you look at what you're getting on that yellowy marking, it's that it is a really significant highway. It really is. It is it has a significant Mississippi River Trail. And so when you're looking at sort of like the fact that I can't get into that roundabout, and mainly it's because the owner of the treatment center objected to my farm having access, because it would then access off that north stub. As it is now, they're going to get exclusive access. But his response was it was going to make it too confusing. I don't buy that, and I don't like all of the things that I've been hearing. So that's why I'm trying to make this last ditch appeal once again, to take a look at that with real synergy, let's say, and look at, in the end, with this project, if I can go forward with it, it's going to be a significant amount of money, just building that bed and breakfast, and that requires that access. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. Ron, do you have any comments, or have you met with him since the last time?
Well, we did have a brief discussion about it. It is a 2029 project, so it's a few years away.
Okay.
Oh, it's now moved further back.
HSIP.
Mayor, it's either 28 or 29.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a few years away, and we've had some discussions with the county, even since our last meeting here with Stuart. It's a county project. They control access off the county road. we can have discussions with the county about what we'd like to see, but in the end of the day, the county makes the decision on who has access and what type of access. It can be right in, right out only. And that's considered, access property. And there's plenty of houses in the city that have ended up with right in, right out onlys off of CASA highways. So I don't think this is any different. Yes, it's a business, but we have businesses with right in, right out onlys also. So if he worked with the county to connect the two access points, there's access to his personal house, and then make that connection back over. That would help with the distance away from the roundabout, and the continuous left that's already in existence likely stay in place beyond the roundabout, so that the things aren't going to change that drastically, especially if he allowed ingress egress across one property to the other and allowed the county to build that road, that driveway.
Okay,
And that's one solution. I can't speak for the county, but
sure.
that's been a discussion point.
As I hear that, that was an advocacy for what is now going down. And I thought
I don't,
representative
sorry,
to
I
a
don't think it's
degree of
advocacy.
citizen-
It was just reality in the discussions that we've had with them, and they have the control.
Stuart, have you met with, it's Chad, right? Chad is our,
Chad Hubsman.
okay.
with who?
Have you met with Chad, the Wright County?
I have. In fact, I called,
Okay.
returned my calls because, the first time they appeared, I had not been involved in discussions. And when they first appeared was with a representative of the highway department. And he was simply saying, just the description that you gave, this is what I signed. And I said I wasn't going to sign it. And he said, we're going to take it by eminent domain. So that's where it left off.
Okay,
And I think the highway department is digging in. And I'm not quite sure where the total significance in this case of the treatment versus what looks like an old farm by a pretty ancient guy that ideally is going to die soon,
okay.
that they could just push it through. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Other comment?
No.
Ron, is there any way that you can just reach out? I know you've said you've met with the county, but just to have them contact Stuart, it sounds like he said they're not calling him back. So if we could follow up with that.
Again, the area has issues with elevations, proximity of the old farmhouse. So there's a lot of things that are going into this besides just supplying an access point. It's multiple issues.
Okay.
So county's really trying to do what they can to provide access for this individual.
Well, if you
Mayor, I would just add, I don't know anything about the status of the county project or any county legal action, but if they have put it into eminent domain or they are going to put it in domain, then they may be handling it through that process. So, it may require the county attorney negotiating with the resident or his attorney. It's probably not something, if it's in an eminent domain legal action, it's probably not something the city can resolve here with talking about it. It's going to be in court action.
sure.
Now, I stress again, I don't know anything about whether there is a court action right now or there will be in the future, but
Sure.
if there ever is, they're probably gonna have to be resolved in that area.
Well, and I'm just saying if for his no one's calling him back, if we could just make that request that they call him back.
Sure, will do.
Thank you. All right, we are still under open forum. Any other residents with comments? All right, we will the open forum and move on to item 2 to consider our agenda for approval. Does anyone have anything that they would like to add or delete at this time?
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Ryan?
I move to approve the agenda as written.
Is there a second? Motion by Ryan, seconded by Tina. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Next item is our consent agenda.
Madam-
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say a motion would be in order.
Madam Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda as written.
Motion by Ryan, seconded by Tina. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to city council reports and updates. Does anyone have anything? I have one item. This is for you, Ron. Lighting at the over in Great River Center Target, so I'm 87th Street. They're starting the paint starting to come. Who's responsible? For
Yeah,
that?
we entered into agreement with Elk River Municipal Utilities for all those lights. I can have a conversation with them and see what the when the replacement or repairs will be done.
It's just the bottom section.
Okay.
It's pretty heavy throughout all of them. Lions Club do road cleanup, so I just
Okay.
was out there and all the paint's coming out. So especially all the ones going into Target.
I'll contact. They've been good to work with. So
Thank you. I'm sure there's a replacement cycle with them, but just nobody's brought me that. Wanted to pass it along. Any other reports and updates? I'll give you a reminder to the Otsego Prairie Festivals this weekend. Come on down. We've got pancake in the morning starting at 9, and then a day full of fun and fireworks ending at around 9 o'clock. Bands go till 10. Come everybody.
I'll try.
Perfect. All right. Anything else?
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Corey.
I was just gonna, Adam, if you could tell Heidi, thank you. She hooked the OHPC up with everything they needed for the festival. So appreciate it very much.
we'll do.
All right. Just staff reports and updates. Adam.
Mayor, council, on the website, the city has a community survey that's currently live. Heidi, communication specialist, will be out at the Prairie Festival this Saturday with tablets, securing more responses to that. This morning, there was already 400 plus responses, jumped up a lot over the weekend. So sharing that. And then I did look at the Wright County Highway 5-year construction plan. The roundabout at 39 and 19 is shown as 2028 project.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing else.
Audra.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no updates.
All right, thank you. Dave.
No updates. Thanks, Mayor.
All right. Ron.
I'll just go through the project updates. So,
Yes, please.
Marlow Ave, Main and County Road 137. Area will be closed down for construction of a couple roundabouts, September 15th. Now probably last at least 6 weeks, probably 8 weeks. Odine Ave made along there, which will close the trail, will be September 22nd starting. And then the trails on CASA 42 and 80th Street, they are starting on CASA 42 on the 10th, and then we'll move over to 80th Street after that. So that's
How long do they anticipate those to take?
how long do it?
Will they be on County Road 42?
Probably, I'd say three weeks.
Okay.
And then they'll probably spend 3 weeks over on the other one and probably pave both of them at the same time.
Thank you. Wright County, Jason.
I'm only bringing my computer up here just in case so I don't actually have that much. We're just kind of preparing for a handful of, there's just going to be road closures, whether it's Otsego and Monticello, St. Michael, different projects that are going around. So we just kind of have our armada of speed trailers for the different detours. Anytime we have road closures, the detours are always seem to go through places that people don't want people speeding. And then people always find a way to find an even better detour or a shortcut, and it ends up going through somebody's residential neighborhood where it's a 25 zone or something like that. So the speed ready for that and the enforcement if we need to do so. It's one thing if people want to fly down county roads, but it's another thing when we got this many people still out about school started. We were just out on a call today, and we had to completely redraw how we were going to handle high level call today over in St. Michael simply because there was just buses and kids everywhere. So it's like we had to just completely redraw everything. So that definitely applies to anytime we have detour zones as well. So that gets heavily taken into consideration where we put the squad cars and those. The school bus are violations. We're kind of taking them as they come. We're definitely getting quite a few of them. Again, I'm not going to say it's egregious by any means, but you can kind of you can look at the Hoagland Bus Facebook page and they start posting stuff, and that's every day they're posting. So you can imagine how many different buses around the county and the area between Vision and everything like that are having violations. Again, we take those seriously. The deputy gets it immediately, and they are immediately investigating it. The state statute says we don't even technically do an investigation. State statute says if we have a license plate, we can technically issue a ticket to the owner of that vehicle willy-nilly. So obviously that's not how we do things, but that technically is how other agencies can do them. But we go forward pretty heavily with them, put it into each one of them. So other than that, I think I'll spend most of my time tomorrow on public safety, and that's where I'll spend waste everybody's time. Take everybody's time. So.
Does anyone have anything?
Okay,
Thank
no
you.
notes on my computer.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sergeant.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. If no one else has anything, then a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
Somebody wants
Second.
to be second.
You pick.
Motion by Corey, second by Michelle. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. The meeting is ended. Thank you all for attending.